They're all in. And there they go, off and racing. Now coming out well, Sharma de Oro in the centre with Aperture, and on the outside, Felines began well and is going up near the lead, followed by Vanishka. Then Urata Bell just in behind them as they sort the order out. Kokomo going up on the outside. And then about 4 or 5 lengths to Winx, who's beaten for speed. So is Lucy's Look there, a long way off the lead, settling down. Vaselka's about to go past them. And Ultimate Dancer last of all. At the 600, the leader Aperture, led by a length and a half. Feline, Sharma de Oro. Urata Bell's getting a good run back along the rail. And then Kokomo, followed by Vanishka and Vaselka. Winx is now picking up a little bit of ground via the rail. Lucy's Look is not travelling. It's second last and getting its ears scrubbed off. And Ultimate Dancer's last. Aperture led for home. Felines is coming out after it on the outside. And then Sharma de Oro. Winx is now getting to the centre of the track and is hitting the line well. And Urata Bell, but Feline sprinted. Winx is coming after it down the outside. Feline's the leader. Winx is closing in on the outside. It's finishing very fast. Gets up. Good win. It's Winx beating Felines, Urata Bell third, then Sharma de Oro, followed in behind them next over the line by Vaselka, Aperture, Lucy's Look, Ultimate Dancer, Vanishka, and last in was Kokomo. Well, showed no early speed as it had done in the barrier trials, but she was very strong at the finish, coming home all over Felines, who didn't look like it stopped. It sat out solid lead and sprinted away, but Winx has put up a big performance to win on debut after getting a long way back in the early. And they're set off and racing, and Winx came out probably about a neck behind them. It'll settle down second to third last on the inside. Ins and Outs beat them out, and Adela Souls it forward to go to the lead in the early stages. Another Al moving up on the outside, and then Win for Levi just easing behind him to take a sit, and they're hiking along at a pretty good clip in the first couple of 100 metres. Then 2 lengths to Detachment, followed by Winx on the inside second last, and the other filly in the race, Joe Adger, at the tail of the field. So coming up to the 900 metre mark around the first bend, Ins and Outs in front, leads by 3/4 of a length on another rail, and Win for Levi. Then came Detachment. Winx is over on the inside, and Joe Adger's still back last of the 6 as they start to back the speed off now, but 6 lengths first to last. Ins and Outs in front, leading from another rail. Win for Levi being sooled along in third spot, wanted to drop the bit. Winx is picking up ground via the inside, runs appearing for her there. Then Detachment back to second last, and Joe Adger last of all. Ins and Outs in front from another rail, and then Winx has gone back towards the inside here looking for a run, but their run's ended there for it. He might have to change course and come to the outside again. Ins and Outs still in front from another owl. He's drawn the whip on Winx. She's taken a little time to wind up. Now she's starting to hit her straps. Ins and Outs in front. Now Winx is starting to knuckle down. Ins and Outs in front, but Winx moved up on the outside. She responds when asked by the rider and comes away, wins it impressively. Ins and Outs got second, another owl third. Then Joe Adger followed by Win for Levi, and last in was Detachment. Well, she's a filly that gives the indication that she'll be appreciating longer distances in the future. She just lacks a little bit of acceleration, but then she does knuckle down very strongly at the end of her races. We saw that both wins at Warwick Farm and again today. She was just a little bit outpaced at the top of the straight, even though she was slightly held up for a run, but she's really no. Sultry Feeling went up. Mightn't be all the way in though. Just seems to have propped at the back of the gates. And Winx is still out as well. So they've got Sultry Feeling in. Winx goes up. Set to go. They're off now. Earthquake jumped well from barrier number 2. Memorial, on the other hand, didn't show any early speed, straight back to the rear. So Earthquake and Sultry Feeling pair off in front in the early stages. Alpha Miss behind them, Winx up on the outside in 4th position. And then about 2 lengths to Peggy Jean and Memorial last of all. It's Earthquake with a narrow lead. They seem to amble through the first section of the race, leads by about a neck. Sultry Feeling on the outside is second. And then Winx and Alpha Miss, they're sharing third. Peggy Jean is next to last. And Memorial going up on the inside at the rear. At the halfway mark, 600 to go. Earthquake's in front. Sultry Feeling on the outside, close at hand. They've dominated the race in front here. They haven't gone all that quick. Now, Peggy Jean's making a move on the outside, 4 wide. Winx is going at the same time. Then Alpha Miss, followed by Memorial, still at the back of the field. Earthquake in front. McAvoy's starting to shake her along now. As Sultry Feeling ranged up on the outside. Winx made a line of 3. Then Peggy Jean, followed by Alpha Miss. It's Winx on the outside, taking the lead from Earthquake, who's under immense pressure, and Winx straight away with 100 metres to go. She'll remain undefeated. Winx a great prospect, and she comes down to win. It's Earthquake and Alpha Miss fight out second and third, followed by in behind them next Sultry Feeling, and then Peggy Jean and Memorial State at the back all the way. The winner is Winx, number 5, ridden by Hugh Bowman. Well, this is a filly who's now had 3 starts and she's won them all. And we've seen her at her previous 2 wins where she lacked a turn of foot at the top of the straight and looked in trouble and then accelerated. But today she was able to take up a prominent position and loom quickly as they turned. And she put paid to them very quickly. It's number 5, Winx First, ridden by Hugh Bowman, the filly by Street Cry, who comes away. And it's a tight photo for second and third between Earthquake, who has ended up in third spot. Alpha Miss has got up for second, number 4. And Earthquake, number 1, has finished in third position. Seemed to have a chance, but maybe the affected ground is not her go. She was beaten in the Golden Slipper on a heavy track, and again today she's out of the winner's stall, whereas all the runs on top of the ground have been successes. So 5, 4 and 1. With number 6, Sultry Feeling, finishing officially 4th. 1:11.99 and 35.38 was the sectional time. So they've gone through the first section a lot. On. And there they go. Often Racing and Sultry Feeling began well. So did Earthquake. She came out very fast. And McAvoy sends her to the lead early. So Earthquake strides away. Winx jumped out nicely, settles down second, followed by First Seal and then Lady Sharapova, followed by Alpha Miss. Sultry Feeling, after jumping well, is now easing right back towards the rear. And Peggy Gina's last of all. So in some pretty slow sections early, Earthquake gets her own way and leads by a length and a quarter. Winx is running second from First Seal, Lady Sharapova. Sultry Feelings off the track, Alpha Miss, and Peggy Jean's going up in the middle. They're still crawling as they come down to the 800. Earthquake in front. Leads by 3/4 of a length on the favourite, Winx, and then First Seal, Lady Sharapova. A half on the outside, Sultry Feeling is wide. Alpha Miss was next, and Peggy Jean back last of all. Hasn't been run to suit her. They've dawdled in front. Nearing the home bend, about 500 to go. Earthquake in front, leads by a neck on Winx on the outside. So first and second favourites head up for home. In front of First Seal, Lady Sharapova, Sultry Feeling. It's Earthquake in front. Winx on the outside, called on Earthquake, about a neck in front at the moment. Then First Seal. Earthquake's responding here. He'll have to get busy on Winx, and First Seal is running a race on the inside. 3 of them settling down to fight it out. First Seal has hit the lead. Here's a boil over. Beat Winx and Earthquake, followed by Alpha Miss and then Sultry Feeling, Lady Sharapova, and Peggy Jean at the back of the field. First Seal is the winner, number 7, ridden by Blake Shen. Well, they walked in front, Earthquake and Winx, and they certainly had their chance, and First Seal sat behind them, got the inside run and came up to challenge and took over the concluding stages and went on to beat Winx, and Earthquake certainly not really bringing her tier of form to this preparation as yet. They're off and racing. Thinking of You missed the start. She came out at the rear. Echo Gal the best out, leads from Dynamic Rock, and Press Report going up on the outside. First Seal lobs into a nice spot, 4th one out, followed by Thinking of You, Lady Sharapova, and he's gone right back to the tail on Winx today, so she's a lot further back in the run. Echo Gal settles in front at the end of about 400 metres, leads from Press Report, Dynamic Rock, and then First Seal a length and a half away in 4th spot. There's a line of 3 behind them. He's managed to get up on the rail here. here on Winx. He crossed behind the field and then is saving ground on the fence, followed by Thinking of You and Lady Sharapova's last of all. 900 to go. Echo Gal is bowling along at a slow tempo. Leads by 3/4 or a length on Press Report, Dynamic Rock, and First Seals on the outside. Thinking of You and Winx are together in the next group, and Lady Sharapova is at the rear of the field. 650 to go. Echo Gal's in front and leads from Press Report. Nothing's made a move as yet, followed by Dynamic Rock. First Seal poised behind the leaders coming to the home turn. And then Winx over on the rail, Thinking of You on the outside, and Lady Sharapova. 5 lengths covers and they turn. He pulls out now on First Seal. It's Echo Gal in front, leads from Press Report. First Seal is about to pounce on the outside. Winx is trying to go with it and Thinking of You, but First Seal exploded. She raced away at the 200 from Echo Gal. Then Winx, Press Report and Thinking of You, but First Seal, get in the queue if you're on it. It's raced away and First Seal's going to be much too good, wins it by 3. Winx is second. Thinking of You might have got third in front of Press Report. Then Lady Sharapova, Echo Gal, and last in was Dynamic Rock. She is a very good filly. We've seen some very good fillies win this flight stakes. And beautifully bred Fastnet Rock out of an Oaks winner. Given a lovely ride by Shin, had her fourth one out, and she just exploded when he let her go. And she's won it by about 2.5 or 3 lengths. So no doubt they'd be tempted to head down to Victoria now to no starters yet. Now they're right. Often racing, Winx has come out slowly. She'll settle at the back of the field. Best out, One More Zeta. Mott's Fun jumped out well and Press Report's gone up on the outside. Just behind them, First Seal. She'll settle down fourth, followed by a drift showing some speed from Amicus. Then Memorial followed further back by Supara. Back behind those horses next as they settle down, Slightly Sweet from Peggy Jean. And Winx, who missed the start, is last of all. Press Report's the leader, 600 out. Leads by a length on Moss Fun. One More Zeta is third, followed by a drift, and then further back in behind them next Amicus Memorial. Now he's trying to get away from the rail on First Seal. He got a bit of a squeeze when he tried to come off the fence. Then Supara, Slightly Sweet, Peggy Jean, and Winx is back last of all. Into the straight, Press Report led. Moss Fun's only a length and a half away. He hasn't moved on it yet. Followed by One More Zeta, a drift down the outside, followed by Amicus. First Seal's come to the outside now and is starting to wind up. Moss Fun joined now by a drift, who's hit the front. First Seal has got the last shot at it, but it's a drift taking the lead from First Seal, who's a half a length away. Here's a boil over. A drift has won it from First Seal and Slightly Sweet. Then Peggy Jean, One More Zeta. Winx was running on late. Moss Fun knocked up from Memorial. And then further back behind them, Supara, Press Report and Amicus last in. Drifts won at number 10 at $41 on track and $53.20. Number 10, the Drifters first. Ty England holding off First Seal. Number 3, ridden by Blake Shin. And Slightly Sweet, number 9, will get third. And they're off. Well, the drift was moving and she's missed the start. She'll end up a long way back last of all. And coming out well was High Above, showing some speed with Candelara. Lucky Racky is going forward, followed by Amicus and Supara. Then came Abduction and Slightly Sweet, followed by First Seal. Wine Tails was further back as they settled down. Peggy Jean a fair way back, and after missing the start, a Drifters back near last of all. And Winx is in that group as well. Lucky Racky the leader and shows out from High Above. Then came Supara, followed by Amicus, and on the outside Candelara. Now making up ground is a drift. It's gone up to midfield, but it's out about 4 wide without any cover, followed by Slightly Sweet, and then came Abduction. First Seal in the second half of the field, and then came Winetails, Peggy Jean and Winx at the back of the field. 600 out, Lucky Racky the leader. 3/4 High Above, Supara, Candelara. Then came Amicus, followed by a drift, and then came Abduction. First Seal is about 3 and 4 wide. She's out in the better ground and starting to roll forward, followed by Slightly Sweet. Wine Tails was further back from Peggy Jean and Winx coming into the straight. Lucky Racky just in front from High Above. Here comes First Seal. She's letting rip down the centre, and the odds-on favourite shot to the front now. She raced about 3 clear of Supara, then Slightly Sweet. She's something special, First Seal. She'll win it hands and heels only, and First Seal beats Supara. Third, Slightly Sweet, just in front of Amicus, and then came Winx and Wine Tails, followed by Adrift and Candelara, then Peggy Jean, followed by Abduction, High Above, and Lucky Racky has finished at the back of the field. First Seal, Blake Shin, much too good. She was a different filly today. Bit underdone first up, but getting an extra trip today out to the 1400 metres showed great acceleration when he let her rip in the early part of the straight. And that's why she was so heavily backed into 150, because she had class, and she certainly showed it there today. Supara will run. Starters got them all in line, and they're off and racing now. Diamond Valores came out at the back of the field. High Above out wide, jumped fast and shows out from inside it. Supara the Grey going up into second spot, followed by Tester Shadow and Hampton Court. Then Diamond Valores is picking up ground. It's gone along the fence now into about 4th or 5th spot, followed by Winx the favourite. Punamu, after jumping well, ends up at the rear now, and Haraki's gone past it. High Above leads by 3/4 on Supara. Hampton Court was wide, so he's starting to kick up on the outside of High Above. And High Above will now find the rail by the looks of it from Hampton Court, Supara, Diamond Valores. Then Tester Shadow, Haraki back on the inside, followed by the favourite Winx a length and a half away, and Punamu rails up to join it. Down the side of the track, about 7 lengths first to last, and High Above's in front. 3/4 on Hampton Court, Diamond Valores, and then 3/4 Supara, followed by Haraki on the inside. Tester Shadow's outside of it. Winx is at the back of the field with Punamu. As they round the home turn now, 500 to go. High Above in front. Hampton Court's come off the bit trying to chase it. Diamond Valores trying to push off the rail, and then Supara followed by Haraki has got room near the inside. Winx is coming down the extreme outside with Tester Shadow. Diamond Valores is out after the leader. High Above just in front from Diamond Valores. Haraki getting up on the inside. Winx is starting to join in with Supara. It's Winx out wide, starting to sprint up now. She's hit the front 100 out, Winx, and she's put them to the sword, and Winx races away and beats Haraki, and it's close for third between Diamond Valores and Supara. Then came Tester Shadow, followed by Hampton Court, then Punamu, and last in was High Above. Well, she's come with a wet sail down the outside. Winx for Tommy Berry. She sat back at the rear, but launched there, or launched over the last 200 metres to claim the lead and go on to score. Number 6, Winx, filly by Street Cry, and of course she won the Group 2 Furious Stakes.
And it looks as though we're ready to run. We're off. And Miss Interior's got the best of the start from Slightly Sweet. The favourite away well, First Seal, with a drift surging forward. Deeper out is Amicus, followed by Slightly Sweet drifting back. Sweet and Speedy goes forward, further back to Set Square, who's right off the track as well, as they drive up into that first corner. Back midfield in the pink cap is Thunder Lady in advance of Heavens Above, then Ballet Sweet. Getting well back is Wildenstein on the fence from Winx, who switched off second last as they negotiate that corner. And they work into the back now, and the drift takes the lead from Amicus, and the margin is a half length. Rallying through into third down the back is Fenway on the inside of Set Square, and Miss Interior's plonks in fifth. 2 lengths further back to Sweet and Speedy. 2.5 further back then as they go down the back to Slightly Sweet, the Nolan winner. They're followed further back in the field then by First Seal, the favourite up on the outside. 2 further back to Thunder Lady, then Heavens Above from Ballet Sweet. Wildenstein. Winx, the well-supported runner, is back second last, and Lady Mackin is last as the field starts to string out a bit at the 1,000 metres, and Adrift is the leader, out by a length on Amicus second. Miss Interior's third on the inside of Fenway. 2 lengths further back then to Sweet and Speedy, who races over on the inside, and then came further back to Set Square on the outer. 2 further back to the favourite First Seal is dead set midfield on the outside of Slightly Sweet. Then came Thunder Lady from Heavens Above, Ballet Sweet. Well back back Wildenstein. Winx is still back second last from Lady Mackin as they travel up to the home turn, and Adrift is going to turn the corner in front. It's Adrift in front from Amicus. Fenway strides up on the outside into the straight. Adrift being joined by Fenway the outside, then Amicus. First Seal is still 2 lengths behind them as Fenway races to the lead and draws a length clear from Amicus. First Seal is giving chase now, but Fenway is a length clear from First Seal. Can she get there? Fenway's a half in front. First Seal is trying to level up. Fenway under the pump. First Seal is lunging but misses, and Fenway gets the money. Blake Shen. Fenway beat First Seal. Then Ballet Sweet, Thunder Lady behind them from Slightly Sweet. Winx got too far back. Then Amicus from Heavens Above, Adrift further back to Wildenstein, Set Square, Miss Interiors, and Lady Mackin was last to finish in the Vinery Stakes. Well, Blake Shen getting the job done, bumped off First Seal to ride the winner. $19.80 for the win, $3.60 the place. So some sweet justice there for Blake Shen. Defeating First Seal has been game in defeat, $1.20, and a Thunder Lady. Ready for the Australian Oaks, and they're off and they're racing. Gust of Wind has flopped out of the gates and will settle down last. And Candelara won the start from Rustic Melody, and Winx is a lot handier on the fence from Wildenstein, and Purton's found a gap to drive through on Thunder Lady and has kept Rustic Melody very wide turning out of the straight. Followed by Gust of Wind, then Sweet and Speedy, Ballet Sweet, Cesari. And Cesari has been taken back to last and got a bit of a squeeze up at the first turn as Bowman has Candelara in front from Rustic Melody. Well, Purton's done his job on Thunder Lady in the box seat third. Winx fourth, the rails from Wildenstein. 2 further back to Gust of Wind from Sweet and Speedy. Then Ballet Sweet, Cesari, and the New Zealand Oaks winner Savaria is back last of all as they work down the back, and it's Candelara free striding in the lead by 2 lengths on Rustic Melody. The roughie Wildenstein punches the breeze in third. Thunder Lady right on the bridle fourth. A length further back to Winx has come away from the fence. Gust of Wind takes that position. 2 off to Sweet and Speedy. Ballet Sweet to the outside. Starting to inch a little bit closer from Cesari, and Savaria is back last of all. Well, Candelara backing up from a great win here on Monday. Shows the way by 2 lengths on Rustic Melody and Wildenstein as they race past the 1200 metres. Gust of Wind going into fourth. In advance of Thunder Lady. Ballet Sweet's caught deep but continues to inch closer from Winx, who's got shuffled back, having been third in the early part. Cesari improves on the rails. Savara starting to make some headway now, going to second last from Sweet and Speedy as they race down the side of the course, and Candelara looking to make all. A length and a half in front of Rustic Melody. Gust of Wind sliding into third, followed by Thunder Lady. Then Wildenstein placed under pressure from Cesari. Winx, Ballet Sweet to the outside from Savaria, and back last of all is Sweet and Speedy, but Candelara leads inside the 700 metres by a length on Rustic Melody. Gust of Wind is getting a lovely inside run as they approach the turn, and Gust of Wind has put her head through to hit the lead now from Candelara. Rustic Melody in third. Cesari's making ground on the fence. Winx has got a lift from Thunder Lady as they straighten up. It's Gust of Wind on the inside. Candelara's trying to come back. Now Winx is starting to put in the big strides. Gust of Wind under the whip has Candelara beat. Winx is running on resolutely. It's Gust of Wind. England riding for dear life. Winx is trying to pull back the margin, but it's not going to happen. And Gust of Wind is roaring away with the Australian Oaks. Gust of Wind by 2.5 lengths to Winx. Candelara third, then Rustic Melody, Thunder Lady, Savaria got a long way back from Cesari, Sweet and Speedy, Ballet Sweet, and Wildenstein last. And there's about 50 lengths from first to last in the Oaks. And an emphatic victory by Gust of Wind, trained by John Sargent. Lovely ride by Ty England, savouring every inch of ground and then taking the inside run on the home turn and put the race in the bag. Brilliant performance by Gust of Wind, taking it out. Lovely ride by Ty. Didn't go around a hook.
Big field, 18 of them. They stand well and the gates open. They're off and racing. Now Winx jumped out okay and she's going to go back in the second half of the field. She's back third last when they hit the ground, the favourite. And when they settle fully into stride, Sky Limit runs to the lead. Redeem Code second. Right or Wrong third with Worthy Cause on the rail. Silver Heels is rattling up quickly on the outside into fifth position. Merry and Jash behind those. What a lovely day on the fence, followed by Roden Drive and Hayward are going around them deep. Then came back on the inside as they go to the top corner is Bucking the Blues. It's back on the inside, followed then by Game of Fame, Allman, Rising Luck, Abduction, Elusive Cat, Chaljedum. Now 2.5 to Winx. There's your favourite, back second last, and Swift Lady's 2 lengths behind her. To the corner at the 900 metres mark, and it's Sky Limit and Redeem Code on the outside, and Haywadar. It's a line of 3. Worthy Cause on the inside from Right or Wrong. Silver Heels is next, and they're followed then by Roden Drive and Marion. What a lovely day on the fence from Rising Luck, and they're followed then by Buck and the Blues. The next is Allman, Game of Fame, Aljedum, Abduction. A long way back then as they come to the home turn, Elusive Cat, Swift Lady. Winx is last. She'll have to come past the 17 of them into the straight, and Sky Limit past the 400 kicked away. Worthy Cause now went into second spot, about to give chase, followed by Ride and Drive. Allman is next, and Right or Wrong is pulled to the outside to the 200 metres mark, and Worthy Cause got the Sky Limit. Allman getting up on the fence. It's Allman and Worthy Cause there together with 100 to go. Look at Winx. Look at Winx. She's come from last. She stormed down the outside. Oh, what a win. Winx got up and beat Allman and Worthy Cause in an amazing performance. Right or Wrong just behind them. So too Road and Drive. Swift Lady ran home. They're followed then by Abduction, Rising Luck. The next home in the race was Marion. What a lovely day. They're followed then by Aljedum, Game of Fame. Sky Limit's finished a long way back with Elusive Catch, and back there Redeem Cove, Buck and the Blues, and Haywadar is last of all. Oh, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Winx last. They're ready. And they're racing now, and Winx began pretty well, and Ballet Sweet from the outside was actually the first to come out of the gates. Colin Lil's going to rush up towards the lead. Imperial Ass from the inside began well, and No Tricks is going to muster some speed when they come down the straight the first time. Imperial Ass and No Tricks and Colin Lil. What a lovely day. Platinum Witnesses next out deep, and Ballet Sweet's going to be in no man's land at the line the first time, trying to sneak over. Then Heavens Above, followed by Exquisite Jewel. Sabrina back on the fence, and they're followed by Rustic Melody as they go to the turn out of the straight. Winx got a bit of a buffeting there, but she's one away from the fence. Ungrateful Allen's on the rail, then Zazali, followed by Swift Lady, Anaphora, and New Long Baby last. Out by the 1400, and Colin Lill is the leader. Ballet Sweet about to stride a second on the outside. Imperial Lass on the fences in third spot, followed by Platinum Witness. Another length and a half then to Heavens Above, a little bit wide around. What a lovely day. Sabrina's tucked in on the fence, and they're followed then by Rustic Melody. Ungrateful Allen midfield on the rails. No Tricks is shuffled back, and they're followed then by Exquisite Jules. Azali. Now Winx has got back to fourth last here. Swift Lady's on her outside, followed by Anaphora, and New Long Baby is last. To the 900 metres mark they run, and Colin Lill the leader, a length over Ballet Sweet. Imperial Ass on the fence, followed by Platinum Witness. Sabrina is picking up ground over near the inside, followed by What a Lovely Day. Heavens Above out deep on the track, and then Rustic Melody, Ungrateful Allen, followed by No Tricks, Exquisite Jewel. Winx is on her way forward now. They're followed by Zazali. Further back, Swift Lady, Anaphora, and New Long Baby is last. They come to the home turn. Colin Lill the leader. Imperial Ass is issuing the challenge on the outside as they come around the bend. They're 3 in front of Ballet Sweet, Sabrina, Rustic Melody, Heavens Above, and Winx has pulled to the outside. 300 metres to go. Imperial Ass has gone to the lead from Colin Lill. Here's Winx. She's winding up, and have a look at her go inside the 200 metres mark, and Winx has raced to the lead from Imperial Ass, Ungrateful Allen, and this is a monstrous win in the Oaks. Winx eased down, 3 lengths, Ungrateful Allen. Imperial Ass third from Zazali, Rustic Melody, No Tricks. Followed by Ballet Sweet, You Long Baby, What a Lovely Day, Sabrina, Colin Lill. A long way back, Exquisite Jewel, Platinum Witness, and they're followed a long way back on the field by Anaphora, Heavens Above, and Swift Lady, and that is a win and a half. Winx, Hugh Bowman for Chris Waller. That is a monstrous win in the Classic. Third and fourth last at the 1,000. She started to come into the race down the side, and she has absolutely given them an absolute toweling in the straight.
Wide out attendants climbing in the gates. They crash back now. We're off and racing in the Theo marks. And Strawberry Boys jumped well together with Nostradamus, 9th Legion handy, but Strawberry Boys pressing on. Messina's right with the leaders as well. Decision times off the course going forward. It's a real clump of leaders, followed by Heart Tester, Sons of John on the rails. Further back then to Amanpour from Boss Lane. Famous Seamus. Winx is second last and Turbulent Jet the last one. Strawberry Boy takes up the running of the 800, a half in front of Decision Time. Messine positions on the outside of 9th Legion, followed by Vashka just behind them. Heart Tester off the course and pressing forward from Nostradamus, Sons of John. They're followed further back then by Amanpour, who's got shuffled back through the field. Famous Seamus, the rails from Boss Lane. Winx and Turbulent Jet is hugging the rails as they straighten up. Winx is still back last into the straight. Strawberry Boy leads from Decision Time and Heart Tester the outside. 9th Legion coming off the fence. Then came Messine from Sons of John and Vashka running on. Strawberry Boy still the leader from 9th Legion. Heart Tester's out very wide. They're followed further back by Winx is about 5 lengths off them. 9th Legion hits up, goes up to hit the lead from Strawberry Boy. Sons of John's driving through. Winx flying! Oh, did she get there? Oh, Winx has flown at Sons of John. What a powerhouse finish. It's a photo. 9th Legion and Strawberry Boy have just been collared. Then Famous Seamus, Turbulent Jet, Decision Time, Messine, Heart Tester, Vashka, Boss Lane, Nostradamus, Aoman, and Amanpour was last in. Has she got there? This is an enormous finish by Winx on the outside. Winx flying. Has she got up? Sons of John was bursting. Hugh Bowman aboard. Winx is set. Messine goes up. And Sons of John, who almost beat Winx at Rosehill last time, is the last to move in. We're locked and loaded. It's the 150th running of the Epsom and the gates open. They're off and racing. Terranado missed the start, so did Messina. And Hook jumped best with Ecuador the outside. Malice away well into third. Entirely Platinum's going forward from Pressing and Saddler's Lake in about 6th. Then Sons of John, Lucia Valentina is improving on the rails on the inside of Rudy, and Winx has caught 3 wide going to the bend. Further back then to Terranado from Messina. Kiramosa second last and Swayness is the last one. Entirely Platinum presses on now and races to the lead, but Hooked immediately comes off the inside with Ecuador on the outside. 2 further back to Malice, then Pressing from Sons of John. Further back to Lucia Valentina on the inside of Saddler's Lake. A length further back to Winx around Rudy, then Kiramosa. Well back then is Terranado with Messine, and last of all is Swayness. Entirely Platinum at the 700 metres, leads by 3/4 to Ecuador. Hooked with cover in third on the outside of Malice. Then Sons of John from Pressing, Lucia Valentina. Bowman starting to get a little bit closer now on Winx as they come to the home turn. Forced even deeper with Kiramosa pulling out in front, and Swayness is getting to the outside. The Chargers on in the Epsom, and Hooked and Sons of John have raced up to hit the lead. It's Hooked and Sons of John from Ecuador. Now Winx is starting to close in from Kiramosa. Hooked and Sons of John, but Winx is starting to unleash with a powerful sprint, and Winx races up to hit the lead. She shot away in the Epsom. It's all over. Ecuador, Sons of John, Messine for the Miners, but Bowman high in the irons gives the big salute. She bolts in Winx from Ecuador. Sons of John, Messine ran home into 4th. Followed then by Lucia Valentina, Malice from Entirely Platinum, Saddler's Lake, Rudy, Terranado, Kiramosa Pressing. Hook dropped off from Swayness. She's done it. And another classic ride from Hugh Bowman to do it. Winx has taken out the Epsom. That's 3 in a row for Chris Waller. 3 Epsoms in a row. And she was that dominant at the end that Bowman could stand up in the irons and give the big salute. The time 1:34.58. She's covered a little bit of ground early. Had to make the move coming to the turn. Kiramosa shunted her even a little bit deeper. But she's been different class in this year's Epsom. Ecuador's bob for second in front of Sons of John. Messine the outside will run 4th. Terranado hasn't run too far behind, and then came Entirely Platinum. Standing by for the judge to post the numbers. She's going to pay $3.0170 on the New South Wales TAB. Just standing by for confirmation of the placings here. They're about to go up with that time 1:34.58. Well, she was brilliant in the Theo marks, and she has bolted up today in the Epsom. 4-8-12 now official, with number 5 in 4th position.
They're off. And Winx jumped okay with the cleaner. Hard and reel away brilliantly. He's out having a peep for the lead. Criterion went over their heels at the start. Complacent, Arrod are up there at the post, and then Mourinho and Galo Shop not far away. Down past the judge, and the cleaner has the lead from Arrod. Highland Reel just box-seated beautifully right behind them. Then Complacent moving to 4th, followed by Hartnell. Winx on the rail about 6th. Mourinho wide around Galo Shop. Criterion at the 1600. Pornichet on the inside of Kermadec, and then Preferment. Happy Trails and Faulkner went back to last. Up the side, 1400 left to go, and the cleaner has the lead. Just over a length in front of Arrod, running second. Highland Reel is third. Complacent in the white cap is trapped out deep. He's 4th and on the improve, followed by Hartnell and Winx on the rail about 4 or 5 lengths away from the leader. They're followed by Mourinho, who's wide, and then Galo Shop midfield. Criterion the rail, a length and a half to Kermadec, Pornichet, then Preferment, Faulkner, and Happy Trails was now last. 1,000 metres to go, and the cleaner is the leader in the Cox Plate. Arrod a little bit keen second, Highland Reel third, Complacent deep out, and then came Winx getting up on the inside to 5th, one in front of Hartnell. Mourinho's been deep. Criterion over on the inside as they run the 800 metres turn. Galo Shop works clear, Kermadec about to go wide, then Pornichet, Preferment, Happy Trails out wide, Faulkner last of all. The cleaner at the school, the leader from on the outside, Complacent and Arrod. Highland Reel is still there from Mourinho. Winx, well, Bowman's got plenty to give, and he's getting an inside run, and Criterion tried to follow him home, just had to clip off heels there. Winx got the dream run and shot to the lead from the cleaner. Criterion trying to get going with Highland Reel. They're followed by Hartnell and Happy Trails right off the track, but Winx is away and gone round the home turn. 3 lengths in front of Highland Reel, Criterion, and then came the cleaner, but Winx is well clear from Criterion and Highland Reel. Winx kept going by Hugh Bowman. What a win! Winx has bolted in the Cox Plate by 4 lengths to Criterion. Highland Reel ran third, Pornichet 4, then Hartnell, Faulkner, the cleaner, Galo Shop, followed by Preferment, Arrod. Back behind them is Happy Trails and Mourinho. Kermadec is second last. Last to finish was Complacent. She's blitzed them in the Cox Plate.
Light continues to blink away. And they're racing now in the Apollo Stakes. Solicit got the best of the start from Bohemian Lily. Lee Baz has jumped okay from centre pivot, and Bowman's got Winx up running 5th in the early part. Dibiani's improving from the outside, then Haraki and Magic Hurricane. Good margin back in the field to Grand Marshal from Who Shot the Barman, and Gusta Wind settles down last. McAvoy ensures the pace is genuine. Solicit dashes clear by 2.5 lengths to Lee Baz in second, Bohemian Lily third, then Dibiani, and Winx holds a position 5th on the rails. A length behind is centre pivot, then Haraki from the Metropolitan winner Magic Hurricane. 2 further back to Who Shot the Barman, Grand Marshal and Gusta Wind are the last 2. The speed's genuine at the 600 metres, and Solicit has been well back to win the race. A length clear from Lee Baz. Dibiani continues to push closer on the outside. Then Bohemian Lily from Winx being quietly ridden 5th around the turn. Haraki tracks the great mare everywhere she goes. Then centre pivot and further back to Magic Hurricane. Solicit straightens in front. Winx will go back to the inside. Lee Baz, Dibiani under the whip. Solicit in front. Now Winx is being called upon by Bowman, and here comes Winx going after Solicit. Solicit ahead in front, but Winx is going through her gears, and look at her go! Winx! Oh, she's simply the best. Great return to racing. Won it comfortably by a length on the line to Solicit. Haraki in a photo for third with Dibiani. Then Lee Baz, Bohemian Lily, Who Shot the Barman, Magic Hurricane, centre pivot. Gusta Wind, Grand Marshal couldn't pick up from back in the field. She's run 1:22.03. And Winx quickly rounding up Solicit. Just picking up where she left off in the Cox Plate, this outstanding mare. And really, how are they going to beat her in the championships? This freak rate. She's the long odds-on favourite. And they're off now in the chipping. Norton, Haraki missed the start. Magic Hurricane wasn't great out. And Dibiani jumped well. So did Mongolian Khan Fresh. And he's in second early, but whipping up on the outside. Magic Hurricane right on the speed. And Hartnell there as well. Followed by Storm the Stars, then Preferment, Gust of Wind. Winx on the outside. Two further back to Grand Marshal from Haraki. Centre Pivot gets back. And Who Shot the Barman is the last one. Dibiani on the rails being pressed now by Magic Hurricane. And Magic Hurricane puts its neck in front. Back in third, Mongolian Khan tucked away on the inside of Hartnell. Two further back to Storm the Stars from Preferment. Then Winx from Gust of Wind. Two off to Haraki. Then Grand Marshal from Centre Pivot. And Who Shot the Barman's last of all. William Buick goes all the way to the front of Magic Hurricane. A length clear from Dibiani. Pops off the fence. Mongolian Khan in third position, followed by Hartnell. Then Preferment. Bowman gets going on Winx. He starts his run at the 600 metres, inching closer on the outside of Storm the Stars. Then Haraki tracking up. Further back to Gust of Wind, Grand Marshal, Centre Pivot, and Who Shot the Barman's last of all. Magic Hurricane swings in front from Dibiani, but Winx is starting to stride up on the outside. Beaten off Hartnell, then came Haraki. Bowman sits quietly on Winx as it starts to put its head in front from Dibiani, is under immense pressure, but now Winx is starting to extend from Dibiani and Haraki. Oh, she's a wrecking ball, Winx, and there's the seventh picket in the fence. Winx goes on to win the chipping. Norton beats Dibiani and Haraki. A good margin clear from Preferment. Then Storm the Stars from Hartnell. Who Shot the Barman? Mongolian Khan sat handy fresh but didn't see it out. Then Grand Marshal from Centre Pivot. Magic Hurricane led but weakened right out. And Gust of Wind was the last to finish. 1:33.92. She's run for the mile. She's broken the race record. The red light is on for the George Ryder. And the gates open, they're off, and Turn Me Loose was the first into stride. Press Statement jumped well together with First Seal, who's mustering. It's Turn Me Loose from First Seal and Press Statement third, Tinto in fourth. Further back to Hucklebuck in the second half of the field, together with Winx Happy Clapper and Kermadex the last one. Winx might be caught three wide on settling as Turn Me Loose is taken to the front by Bosson. Two lengths clear from First Seal and Press Statement, and Bowman slides forward on the great mare Winx. She goes to third, just shading Press Statement. Two further back to Tinto, then Hucklebuck from Happy Clapper, and Kermadec on the fences last of all. There are no challengers to Turn Me Loose for the lead at the 800 metres. Two lengths clear from First Seal, and Winx is getting closer in third. A half length away to the Colt Press Statement. Two off to the Toowoomba mare Tinto from the South Australian Hucklebuck, and the last two Kermadec and Happy Clapper. They've got 5.50 to run. Turn Me Loose right on the bridle from First Seal, who comes off. Press Statement inching closer. Bowman sits very quietly on Winx as they round the turn. Kermadec goes for an inside run into the straight now, and Winx races up to join First Seal. Press Statement. Kermadec's finishing hard on the fence. Winx races to the lead. Kermadec's in for the fight on the inside. So's the Colt Press Statement. Winx in front from Kermadec. Winx just in front from Kermadec. Oh, the mighty mare. She's a superstar, Winx. She's done it easily the last 50. Winx beats Kermadec and Press Statement. Then Happy Clapper, First Seal, Turn Me Loose, Hucklebuck, and Tinto was last. What a superstar she is. Fleetingly it looked as though Kermadec was going to make a race of it today. But Winx has extended away. That's 8 in a row for this terrific mare, Winx. Well, that's 3 down, 1 to go. The Queen Elizabeth, the last mission of the carnival. And she's done it so easily again. She was caught a bit wide in the early part. Bowman had no out at big odds. We're all set now, ready for the Doncaster. Stand by for a break. Starter about to release the field. Winx the $1.80 favourite. Just a slight hold up. Centre stalls. Here we go. Stand by. Racing in the Doncaster, and Bow Creek missed the start. As Cordelia wasn't great out, she'll settle last, and Aomen first out with Vigara quickly away up into second. Turn Me Loose, Stratum Star are there. Kermidex pretty handily, so's Good Project. Ecuador's out very deep, followed by Volkstock and Barrel. Then Bow Creek from well back, Happy Clapper. First Seal on the rails from Rudy. Now Winx is well back in the field as they settle down to the first turn. And as Cordelia brings up the rear, Vergara makes the running by a length on Turn Me Loose. Aomen's pretty handy to the speed, together with Ecuador the outside, then Kermadec, followed by Stratum Star the rails on the inside. A Good Project, a length further back to Bow Creek. Happy Clapper the outside, First Seal and the red blinkers next. Winx is back, fourth last past the 800 metres from Rudy, he or she, and last of all is Ascadelia. Vergara leads racing to the turn by a length and a half to Turn Me Loose. Ecuador in third, followed by Kermadec. Stratum Star saving ground on the fence from Aomen, then Good Project from Bow Creek. Happy Clapper, and Bowman's riding for luck on Winx, looking to slice his way right through the centre of the field around the turn, and Vergara's gone for home, 6 lengths clear from Stratum Star in second. Winx has bottled up, Bowman goes back to the inside, she's got daylight now. Winding up on the outside is Happy Clapper and Good Project. Vergara in front, but here she comes Winx. Happy Clapper tries, so does Ascadelia, but Winx has drawn clear in the Doncaster. Here's 9 in a row. She breaks all the records today. She's a champion, Winx. She wins it by 2 lengths to Happy Clapper. Ascadelia third. They romped it in from the rest. Vergara next from Bow Creek, he or she. Then Rudy from Stratum Star, Good Project. Further back, Ecuador, Volkstock and Barrel. Turn Me Loose, Aomen, Kermadec didn't fire. Nor did First Seal. She's broken all the records today. Today is the day she's declared the champion of the turf, Winx, taking out the Doncaster with a 56.5 kilos. Some of the greats just haven't been able to achieve that. There's many yardsticks versus her and Sunline. A rare achievement for the Cox Plate Doncaster double and an Epsom Doncaster double. The great Superimpose was the last to achieve that. Tobin Bronze, the last Cox Plate Doncaster. It's just unbelievable what she has achieved in the last 12 months since she was runner-up in the ATC Oaks. It's been 9 in a row since there. She's a very short price favourite for the Queen Elizabeth next week. We're about to hear from winning jockey Hugh Bowman, who's with Bernadette Cooper. 3:10:11 official. Runners load in well. Rebel Dane is set with Lucia Valentina. Hartnell goes up into the gates. James McDonald and Winx is about to join them. Who's going to lead here? That's the big question. No pace on paper as Winx goes in. Awaiting on Grand Marshal. Grand Marshal goes forward. 2 to move up. 2 to move in now. Vamber and Who Shot the Barman. Winx has drawn barrier 4. She's $1.24 on track. 120 with the TAB. Who Shot the Barman will be the last to go in. He's at odds of 80 to 1 for his return to racing today as Who Shot the Barman goes up. A field of 7 for the Warwick Stakes. The red light's on. And they're off and racing, and Winx has jumped out well. Rebel Dane was the first into stride, though, and Rebel Dane's going to lead out. And Bowman takes Winx straight up into second on settling. Hartnell parks behind with Lucia Valentina, then Vambra from Grand Marshal, and Who Shot the Barman's taken back to last. So Rebel Dane leads up, and it's a very soft second for Winx in the early part. Lucia Valentina goes to third. A half the outside to Hartnell. Then Grand Marshal from Vambra, and 2 lengths away to Who Shot the Barman last. Down the side of the course, Rebel Dane second up, leads the champion mare Winx, who's had a very soft run in second, a lot closer than normal. And she parks up in a very prominent position from Lucia Valentina and Hartnell. Then Grand Marshal from Vanbrugh, Who Shot the Barman, being quietly ridden last. 600 metres to run. Rebel Dane in front from Winx. Then Lucia Valentina and Hartnell. No moves coming to the turn. From Vanbrugh, Grand Marshal and Who Shot the Barman's last around the turn. Berry gives Rebel Dane a rev up. Bowman sits motionless on the champion mare Winx, and she sidles up to Rebel Dane and puts her head in front. Clear from Hartnell and Lucia Valentina, but the champion mare Winx has drawn away from Rebel Dane. Hartnell going into third. Here's the season premiere of Winx, and what a blockbuster season we're in for. She toys with the rivals in the Warwick Stakes. Hartnell second, Rebel Dane third. Lucia Valentina just missed that spot, followed by Who Shot the Barman. Grand Marshal and Vanbrugh was the last to finish. There's 10 in a row. Everything we were expecting. She just went straight past Rebel Dane, who did his best with an easy lead. Hartnell sticking on from Lucia Valentina, but just a few shakes of the reins of the champion mare, and she's off and gone. In the first of a stepping stone towards defending the Cox Plate. She's run the time of 1:23.83, showing her versatility in a race with no pace today. She was just able to idle in second position all of the way. And, well, they don't come much more cosy than that first up from the long break since her slashing success in the Doncaster. Winx defeating Hartnell, Rebel Dane, Lucia Valentina. Those numbers now confirmed, 6-2-4-7. The Warwick Stakes has produced some real champions of the turf. The great Kingston Town won it on 3 occasions, Lonhro twice. And she's a true champion in her own right, Winx, scoring a devastating victory first up from the break. Three and a half lengths, the official winning margin, 3/4 back to third, 6-2-4-7. 3.5 by 3/4, the time is 1:23.83. Haraki, a last start winner, about to move in, along with Winx and Spirit Jim. The French stallion having his Sydney debut, Spirit Jim, and he's got himself in a right state here today. Absolutely sweating buckets. As Winx is coming up into the starting gates. The Queen of Australian racing, Winx goes in, and Spirit Jim will be the last. $1.08 about Winx, and the red light's on. We're ready in the Colgate Optic White George Main, and they're off and racing. She's going to settle last, Winx. Winx is last in great esteem, first out from It's Somewhat Vanbrugh. Haraki goes into fourth, Winx mustering on the rails and putting the French stallion Spirit Jim behind her. So it's great esteem leading as expected. It's Somewhat doing the donkey work chasing. Vanbrugh parks in third, 1.5 lengths off to Haraki, 2 further back to Winx, and 2 lengths away to Spirit Jim last of all. So great esteem switches off in the lead, not going overly hard, 2 lengths clear from It's Somewhat, then Vanbrugh chasing behind, 2 further back to Haraki. Bowman quite happy to sit back in the field on the champion mare Winx, with Spirit Jim behind her as they flatten out down the side of the course, and great esteem in front by a length to It's Somewhat. Then Vanbrugh from Haraki, still 2 lengths away to Winx. She's looking for a 7th Group 1 today. Bowman sits very quietly at the 700 metres, and Spirit Jim still back last, racing towards the turn now, and it's great esteem by 3/4 to It's Somewhat. Then Vanbrugh from Haraki. Winx is just coasting along, moving up into a 3-wide position now, inching closer, and Spirit Jim whips them in around the turn. Great esteem in front from It's Somewhat, Haraki, and here she comes now, Winx. In trademark style, she just sidles up to them. Bowman hasn't moved. Winx moves up to Haraki, and they're beaten off the rest. Winx puts her head in front now from Haraki, and Winx is starting to edge away. Here's her 7th Group 1 victory, 11 in a row, and she gives these a nice toweling in the Colgate Optic White Stakes. Winx, watch out, Melbourne. She's coming back for another Cox Plate. Haraki second. Then It's Somewhat. Vanbrugh in a photo for third. Spirit Jim and great esteem. Shortest price favourite in a Group 1 this century. Winx once again just toying with the rivals. She tried to give Haraki a little bit of hope. But Hugh Bowman just giving her a little dig up, and she's extended to win it in the time of 1:36.18. 11 in a row, 7 Group 1, $7 million in the bank. And off to Melbourne she goes to defend the Cox Plate. Standing by on the judge to post the numbers. Standing by on the third number. But 15 wins from 21 starts for Winx. The margin today will be a length. And for those that have taken trifectas, it somewhat will edge out Vanbrugh for the third end of the prize. 8, 2, 3 and 7 the placings on the Colgate Optic White George Main Stakes. 8, 2, 3, 7 confirmed.
So the three runners are ready. What lies ahead? The intrigue unfolds. The gates are back and they jump virtually as one. Blackheart Bart edging to the early lead and a very moderate tempo being set in the early stages. Winx up there second, about a length and a quarter away. And he or she, as predicted, back at the tail end of the field. And there's certainly no fireworks in the early part. It looks like a track gallop through past the 1600. And Blackheart Bart trying to control it here for Brad Rawuta. The question will be, when will he wind it up? Probably from the time they get over the hill, he'll get going. He leads by a length and a half. Second on the outside, Winx. Bowman's quite happy just to be idling along there, about 2 lengths off Blackheart Bart, and he or she almost a length at the back of the field. So the leader is staying pretty well away from the rails, and he canters up towards the top of the hill at the 1200 metres at a really leisurely tempo. So Blackheart Bart by 2. Winx, Bowman's just happy to sit in his slipstream at this point of the race. He knows he's got a superior acceleration under him, and he or she is staying on with them for the time being. He's about a length away. Now, Blackheart Bart, as he makes his way down the side, he has increased the tempo a little bit more. He leads by a couple. Maybe a little bit more than a couple to Winx, but Bowman sitting pretty confidently on the Great Mare, and he or she about a length and a half to 2 further back. So gradually he is starting to wind the pace up on Blackheart Bart. He leads by 2, but comfortably Winx goes with him, and he or she now just starting to be niggled at to try and stay with them as they come to the 600. Bowman sitting supremely confident on the favourite as he idles up on the outside. Blackheart Bart by about a half to Winx on the outside. Now, is she going to be given a race or not? They swing wide, the pair of them, and they've left he or she behind, but around the turn, Blackheart Bart straightened up about a half in front of Winx. Now Bowman's just asking her to go, and she sidles up at the 200 metres. Blackheart Bart trying to really go with her, but Winx now, with about 150 to go, drew a neck in front. Blackheart Bart won't go away, but Winx is too good, far too good. She scared her rivals away, and she blew them away when they got there by 2 lengths. Second to Blackheart Bart, he or she third. There's the unbroken dozen at 8 Group 1s. And they're all in. They're set and they're racing. And Winx jumps well. Vadamos was slow to move. Hartnell got away quickly. Hauraki dropped in behind them. Awesome Rock and Blackheart Bart are prominent, and Blackheart Bart's running to the lead. Yankee Rose not far away as they come down to the post at a pretty leisurely gallop really for a Cox Plate. And Blackheart Bart is the leader. Hartnell's gone forward and he's up there second, followed by Awesome Rock, and Vadamos is now fourth the inside, followed by Winx. She's got over fifth outside Yankee Rose. A length and a half to Happy Clapper, 1 to Hauraki, 2 Lucia and Valentina, and 2.5 lengths away is Happy Trails. Vadamos has got through near the inside at the 1400 metres. Blackheart Bart staying about 4 away from the rail. They're sharing the front. Hartnell a length and a half away, he's third. Then Awesome Rock in fourth placing, 1 to Winx, about 6 off the leader. Pace is now gradually going up as into the back. Vadamos is really starting to up the tempo. Behind these 3 lengths to Yankee Rose, and then Lucia, Valentina and Happy Clapper together. 2 lengths to Hauraki and 2 lengths to Happy Trails. Less than 1,000 metres to go, and Zara has the French galloper. Vadamos a 5-length leader from Blackheart Bart, 2 lengths to Hartnell. Winx has moved up now, and the two great champions are together at the 800 metres turn, followed by Awesome Rock and then Yankee Rose and Happy Clapper pull to the outside. Pressure on now, and Vadamos has come back to them, and striding up now on the outside, Blackheart part, but the two champs go together at the 600 metres. Hartnell's hit the front, Winx is going with him, and they've turned it on. The great race is on here. It's Hartnell the leader, Winx striding up to join him from Blackheart part, Awesome Rock, the rest headed by Vadamos and Yankee Rose, but Winx has raced away around the home turn. She's put 2-3 lengths on Hartnell, Awesome Rock, Vadamos battling away, and then came Yankee Rose. But it's all Winx in the straight, 4-5 lengths in front of Hartnell. A good battle going on for the Miners, but this is a blitz. It's a Winx blitz, 2 in a row, and she joins the all-time greats of the turf. Winx has won it by 6 lengths to Hartnell, Yankee Rose third, Vadamos Redden fourth. They're followed by Happy Clapper, Awesome Rock, behind them to finish then Lucia Valentina, and they're followed by Hauraki, Happy Trails, and last is Blackheart Park.
Moving up into the gates for Ty England, and we're all set now. This is it, the return of Winx today, and the starter says go, they're racing. She wasn't great out of the gates, Winx. She's going to settle well back in the second half of the field, and Shiraz jumped well. So did Endless Drama, is rolling forward on the outside, and Libaz there as well. Dibiani positions up in fourth, a couple of lengths off the leaders. Lasquetti Spirit's being pushed along, getting up on the outside of Winx, has been able to improve. On the outside of Ambience, a couple further back to Hartnell. Then Sacred Master from Preferment, Magic Hurricane and Libran last about a dozen lengths off the leader, which is Shiraz today by a length on Libaz in second. Then Endless Drama around Dibiani, deeper out Lasquetti Spirit, and Winx is just behind them, one off the fence around Ambience. Two further back to Hartnell, then Sacred Master Preferment, Magic Hurricane, and Libran is the last one inside the 600 metres. Shiraz a length clear from Libaz, then Endless Drama the outside, Dibiani poking just behind them. Bowman starting to negotiate a way to the outside on Winx, and she's into the daylight now. Endless Drama moves up to Shiraz, but she just ambles up on the outside of Winx. Hartnell's 3 lengths away, but away goes Winx. Put paid to Endless Drama. Hartnell's running on, looking for second again, but here's 14 for the equine queen of the world, Winx. Great first up performance. She wins it by 2.5 to Hartnell. They panel the rest. The Irish import, Endless Drama third, a distant one at that, followed by Magic Hurricane, Preferment, Libran, Dibiani, then Libaz, further back to Ambience, Shiraz and Sacred Master. She's back as good as ever in the time of 1:22.57. There you go, 14 in a row on Winx After Work Day, on what's going to be one of the most memorable Mondays on a working day in Australian history. Just a typical type of Winx win, where she just sidles up to them with Bowman basically sitting motionless. And the light is on. We're set now for the Chipping Norton. The rain has cleared. The crowd are out in force to cheer the mighty mare home, and off they go. Tavago missed the start, and Winx jumped out midfield. Endless Drama hopped out on the bridle at lead from Libran. Lasquetti Spirits being hard pushed the outside, looking for the lead. Magic Hurricane parks just behind, and Abdullah's going forward on Hartnell. 3 wide in the early part. Winx is right behind, followed by Who Shot the Barman in the early stages. Then Grand Marshal from Preferment, and Tavago, having missed the start, is the last one. Lasquetti Spirit takes the lead, out by 2 lengths on Endless Drama. Magic Hurricane with the blinkers on third. Hartnell's coursing 3 deep going to fourth, and there's a couple in front of Winx in the runner. Libran just underneath Hartnell, then Who Shot the Barman. Winx is back fourth last, followed then by Grand Marshal from Preferment, and Tavago's the last one. 800 metres to run. It's Lasquetti Spirit, the Victorian Oaks winner, making play from Endless Drama in second. Then Magic Hurricane from Hartnell, further back to Libran. Who Shot the Barman the rails. Winx is up on the outside, stalking Hartnell, coming to the turn. Further back to Grand Marshal, Tavago and Preferment. He pulls to the passing lane on Winx as they round the corner. Lasquetti Spirit in front of Endless Drama, but Winx moves straight up on the outside. She went straight past past Hartnell, then Magic Hurricane, Who Shot the Barman and Lebron. They've got 200 metres to run. He hasn't even pushed the button on the mighty mare Winx, and she's really starting to pull away. The Squiddy Spirit, Who Shot the Barman, Magic Hurricane. Oh, isn't she great to watch? Back-to-back wins in the Chipping Norton. It's been won by some of the legends, and that she is. Winx by 2 lengths. The Squiddy Spirit, a huge run second. Who Shot the Barman third, then Magic Hurricane. Tavago's made good ground. Then Lebron from Grand Marshal. Well, Hartnell hasn't got through the conditions. Then Endless Drama, and Preferment was last of all. Winx on the heavy track. Bowman's hardly touched the chap. The heavy track, not a bother. She won on a heavy very early in her career as a 3-year-old, but Bowman's barely touched her. Just got her to the outside before that even come around the turn, and she went straight past the horse that was meant to be the danger today in Hartnell. La Squiddy Spirit, she has run a fantastic race. The connections are going to be beside themselves. They've won a Victorian Oaks. They've run second to the great mare here today. La Squiddy Spirit a clear second, and Who Shot the Barman's in a photo for third. Then the rain has cleared. The light is on for the George Ryder. Winx looking to make it. Back-to-back wins in the race. They're set and they're racing, and Winx just jumped a little bit awkwardly. She's going to settle back last, and Lee Baz won the start. Le Romain's going to take up a very forward role, and Le Romain goes to second. Haraki's close, so is Sylpheed, and Winx is staying off the track. On the outside of Chautauqua, and McQuarrie settles last. 1,200 out. Lee Baz in front. Le Romain second. Haraki in third, and Winx is inching closer. Striding up into fourth now from Sylpheed. Then Chautauqua a length off the great mare, and McCreary's last of all. 1,000 metres out. Lee Baz in front. The Canterbury Stakes winner Le Romain does the chasing to the roughie. Then Haraki a bit closer today in third. Winx is covering a bit of ground, staying out of the kickback. Then came Sylpheed from McCreary, and Chautauqua's last on the inside of Sylpheed. So Chautauqua's got to stay on the fence. Winx is about 3 or 4 horses off it, and Lee Baz the leader. Racing to the 600 metres, 3 in front. Schofield just gives Le Romain a squeeze in second. Winx on the bridle just strides up to third. Then Haraki, and Chautauqua will have to cut the corner. The crowd starting to left. Le Romain takes the lead. Winx is just cruising up on the outside. It's Le Romain and Winx, and Bowman sits motionless yet again. Look at her rip clear inside the 200. Le Romain can't go on, nor Haraki. Chautauqua out of the pack, but all conditions, all distances, all challenges. Here's Sweet 16 for Winx, making it back-to-back wins in the George Ryder. Le Romain 6 lengths away second, Chautauqua third, Haraki fourth, then Sylpheed, followed in by McCreary, and the leader Lee Baz finished last. Winx, she is simply the best. Winx, a cutaway storm home victory yet again. One of her greatest performances on the heavy 10 today. So often we see it. Bowman actually does carry a whip. He never needs it. He just sits up on Winx as she destroys her rivals. Le Romain has finished clearly best of the rest. Chautauqua in third, Haraki in fourth. For the 1,500 metres, they've run the time of 1:34.87. That's 16 in a row. And bring on the grand final of the Queen Elizabeth. 8-2-1-3 official on the George Ryder. On marble number 3, Winx. She moves in. The United States for Damien Oliver goes up. Sense of occasion to join them. Harleman Singing are the last two. We've been told that Singing will go back after the start. We'll see where the early speed is. Singing goes up. And they're all set now. This is it, the grand final of Australian racing, the Queen Elizabeth Stakes. Racing. And Winx jumped as well as anything. Hartnell jumped well off the inside, but no doubt's pushing on from the outside. Happy Clapper's going forward as well, so it's No Doubt and Hartnell in the early stages, and Happy Clapper goes into third. The United States improving. Winx jumped well, but Bowman happy to let her drift back now on the outside of Exospheric. A length further back to Sense of Occasion. Then Harlem, and Singing's been taken back to last. It's No Doubt in front, but Hartnell's punching through on the inside, 3/4 away. The United States up on the outside. Happy Clapper just being eased out of that battle. Back into fourth. 3 lengths further back to the mighty mare Winx. She sits on the outside of Exospheric. Then Sense of Occasion from Harlan, and Singing is the last one. So No Doubt the real roughie of the field leads from the United States in the money last year. And it's found its position in second. Hartnell third, a length off to Happy Clapper. 2 further back to Winx, just shading Exospheric. Then Sense of Occasion from Harlem, and Singing is the last one. They're running along at even splits. 1,000 metres out, No Doubt in front by a length and a half to the United States. Hartnell a lot closer in the run today. Looks as though Doyle's coming off the fence on Hartnell. He is. He's put the United States 3 deep, so there'll be no hard luck stories for Hartnell today. Then Happy Clapper. Winx is out 3 wide. She's starting to inch a little bit closer on the outside of Exospheric. Then Sense of Occasion, Singing, and Harlem's back last. No Doubt in front. Hartnell, he's having his 7th clash with the great mare today, and Doyle's the first to make the move on Hartnell. Gets a length in front of the United States, but here she comes around the field of Winx. Bowman hasn't moved a muscle. Doyle has on Hartnell. Here she comes, Winx. Moves up on the outside of Hartnell. Then the United States and Happy Clapper. But away she goes now, Winx, in the Queen Elizabeth Stakes. She's put 2 lengths on Hartnell. Then Exospheric, Sense of Occasion. She's racing royalty, this mare. There's 17 in a row. The grandstand shaking. She wins it by about 4.5 to Hartnell. Sense of Occasion third. The United States fourth. Followed then by Happy Clapper. Good margin back to the other quartet. Exospheric, No Doubt, Harlem, and Singing's last in. She's done it again, as expected. She is Australian racing royalty, the greatest mare in the world. She's given them yet another toweling. The first horse to win the George Ryder QE double since the great Lonhro back in 2003, providing Chris Waller with his 3rd win in the Queen Elizabeth. How good was that yet again? The margin will stand by for the official. I know there's been a lot of different betting on how fast you would win by today. I can tell you the time is 27.22 under the soft 7 conditions. Official placings are 9, 1, 5 and 4. Winx from Hartnell, Sense of Occasion, the United States in 4th position. Yeah, she had Hartnell covered again, turning for home. Doyle did his best to try and put Hartnell in a spot where he could make it competitive today, but she's blown them all away yet again. We'll hear from Hugh Bowman in a moment. 9154 after the Queen Elizabeth. Warwick Stakes over the 1,400 metres. The light is on, and we're set. The comeback of Winx today. And the gates open. They're off. The mare's missed the start by 4 lengths. In a sensation, Winx is last, and Ecuador's going to lead comfortably. Harper's Choice away well in second, followed by Cox Plate, Red Excitement. Then came Inference, caught a bit deep around Antonio Giuseppe Allergic. And the mighty mare Winx is going to settle last 6 lengths off the leader, which is Ecuador by 3/4 to Harper's Choice. Fox Play's got a good spot third. Red Excitement fourth. Inference caught 3 deep down the side. Then came Antonio Giuseppe from Allergic. And Bowman's putting himself in a position where he can start to creep a bit closer on Winx. She's still last as they go past the 800 metres. Ecuador on top, the pacemaker by a length and a half to to Harper's Choice. Fox Play well positioned. Then Red Excitement, Inference, Antonio Giuseppe Allergic, and Winx. She's still back last as they go past the 500 metres. Ecuador coming off the fence, giving Fox Play a bit of room. Then Harper's Choice, Red Excitement. Winx gets to the outside. 6 or 7 off the lead. Fox Play, the stablemate to Winx, makes the run on the fence. Goes up to join Ecuador. Red Excitement. Winx is 4 lengths away. She's cutting loose now. Fox Play in the front from Ecuador. Winx is down the outside. It's going to get desperate. Winx is going to Fox Play. Winx dives. Yes, she got up. Winx got up to beat Fox Play. There's 18 in a row, but what about the drama today? Ecuador third, then Red Excitement, Antonio Giuseppe Allergic, Harper's Choice and Inference. It went so close to going pear-shaped today, but Winx has picked up and she got up where it counts. Happy 18th Winx. She's all grown up. She's made a mistake at the start by... Gates open now, they're racing. She's jumped much better today, Winx. Settles about midfield, and Red Excitement's going to take up the early lead. Chicante quickly into stride, going to second. Harper's Choice third, then Sense of Occasion. And Winx is going up into fifth early stages, followed by Who Shot the Barman. Then came Antonio Giuseppe, Saracen buried behind them. Further back to Lifeless Ordinary from Libran. Lasquetti Spirit gets well back, and Allergic is the last one. Red Excitement ensures a good gallop here. Running along 2.5 clear from Chicante, 3 further back to Harper's Choice, 4 lengths then to Sense of Occasion, followed further back by Who Shot the Barman, and Winx about midfield, 1 off the fence, further back to Antonio Giuseppe around Libran and Saracen between them, then came further back to Lifeless Ordinary, Lasquetti Spirit and Allergics last of all. Josh Parr ensuring a very strong tempo here on Red Excitement, gets the best part of 6 in front of Chicante at Harper's Choice. Now Winx is starting to get into her work, going into a clear fourth. A Sense of Occasion under pressure. Then came Antonio Giuseppe, Lifeless Ordinary and Saracen trying to pick up, but around the turn, Red Excitement. He's certainly making it exciting. Pass sitting pretty quietly, 6 lengths clear. Now Winx is getting cracking. Further back to Antonio Giuseppe, Chicante still there. Red Excitement 5 in front. Now Winx has only got 1 more to pick off. Red Excitement 3 in front. Winx is coming. Red Excitement, but here she comes. Right over the top, Winx. Barnstorming finish again. 19 in a row. Winx beats Red Excitement and Chicante third. Then Antonio Giuseppe, Lifeless Ordinary. Further back to Harper's Choice.
They're just about all set, only a couple to move in. The Colgate Optic White, George Bain Stakes, they're set. Group 1, here's Darren.
The light is on, and we're ready now for the Group 1 over a mile. The champ's drawn the inside gate, and they're racing. She's jumped out fairly, Winx, so she's going to settle in the second half of the field. And Red Excitement, the first out from Ecuador, with McIntosh quickly into stride. Fox Play is going to take a prime position in fourth. A couple further back to Happy Clapper. 2 further back to Winx, who doesn't have any runners around her. So Bowman can just put her wherever he likes as they race down the side of the track. Further back to Heavens Above, and McCreary, the last one. And would be about 9 lengths off the leader, which is Red Excitement. He's going along at a strong enough speed. 2 lengths clear from Ecuador. McIntosh position third on the rails. 2 further back to Fox Play. 3 lengths then to Happy Clapper. 3 lengths to the champion Winx, who's got 2 behind her. Heavens Above and McCreary as they stroll along the side section of the course. 800 metres to run. Red Excitement 2 lengths clear from McIntosh and Ecuador. 2.5 further back to Fox Play. Similar margin then to Happy Clapper. Winx is still 2. 3 further back behind Happy Clapper. Boy, she's giving away a big start. Then Heavens Above and McCreary's last of all. Parr really starting to up the ante, coming around the turn on Red Excitement. Boy, Winx is still third last. Red Excitement swings in front of McIntosh. Here comes Happy Clapper and Fox Play, and now the champ gets going down the outside. Red Excitement being tackled by Happy Clapper, but Winx is chiming in. Here we go again. Winx from right out the back. powers away from Happy Clapper and Fox Plate, and the champ makes it 20 in a row. Winx goes on to win it from Happy Clapper. Fox Plate a distant third, followed then by McIntosh, McCreary, Heavens Above. Ecuador and Red Excitement was the last one to finish.
She is unbeatable. She's unstoppable. No horse in the world can beat her. Not like that. Huey Bowman was a long way off them again today, and he was niggling at her more than usual. But she cruises up, and again, if you tuned it at the 100, you'd just be saying, how easy was that?
Well,
it didn't look easy again, Duff.
It wasn't. It's not like her. At the 1,000, he was niggling, and usually you sneeze on her and she's on their heels, ready to pounce on the point of the turn. But at the 1,000, she was flat out going nowhere. I suppose 133.6 may explain that, but actually 135.07.
No, 133.65.
Yeah, actually, that's more like it. Yeah. Look, just outstanding. The way that she's been doing this, and it was, well, you'd have to say soft, and she beats a really good horse in Happy Clapper. There's a margin, a long margin to third in Group 1 winner in Fox Plate. So I don't like the style she's going about her work at the moment, but she's certainly doing the work.
All right, here's Happy Clapper going out after Red Excitement. He didn't have that big lead today, and Happy Clapper, who is a really, really good horse, loomed up, hit the lead, but then he had one problem, and that was Winx chasing him down. Happy Clapper's run out of his skin. What a great Epsom trial. And little Fox Plate.
The Winx Spectacular rolls on at Flemington, and they're ready for the Turnbull. Winx a little bit edgy in the barriers. The Signal. Stalls are back and they're racing at the 2,000 metres. Good line 2. Magicool is going to show speed on the inside and lead Ventura Storm. Out deeper on the track, a Sign is trying to push up, and they were followed by Sir Isaac Newton. Winx settles down 5th on the inside of Humidor. Skyfire is last of all as they complete the first 400 metres of the Turnbull. It's the outsider, Magicool, in front by 2.5 lengths. Sir Isaac Newton pulls its way up to second. Ventura Storm third the inside. 2 further back in the field is a Sign, followed by Winx, who would spot the speed about 7 or 8. Humidor is second last, trails the great champ, and at the end is Skyfire. Heading towards the 1,250, it's Magicool by a length and a half, Sir Isaac Newton. 4 lengths Ventura Storm, 2 further back a Sign. Winx is in plenty of room, plenty of air at the 1,200 metres, followed by Humidor, and last of all is Skyfire. They're strung out. Magicool heads towards the 1,000 marker by a length and a quarter, Sir Isaac Newton. They're 4 lengths in front of Ventura Storm. They were followed by a Sign. 3 lengths away to Winx. Then came Humidor on the outside of Skyfire. They come up towards the 800 marker, and it's Magicool about to be tested here by on the outside Sir Isaac Newton, and they're 2 lengths in front of a Sign, Ventura Storm. Winx is ever getting so closer, only about 4 off the lead and stalks them, followed by Humidor, and Skyfire is last around the turn. 500 metres to go. A Sign moves up on the outside of Sir Isaac Newton. A length Ventura Storm. Winx Bowman hasn't flinched. He's doing it easily. And then came Humidor, Magicool and Skyfire across the track at the 300. Winx has ambled up on the outside. Racing Royalty goes to the lead. Racing's Wonder of the World puts up 2 lengths, 3 lengths. Ventura Storm followed by a Sign, but it's all Winx. 5 or 6 lengths in front. Look at her go with 100 metres to go. 21 today on the biggest dance floor of them all. Winx by 8 lengths. Ventura Storm second, Humidor third, 4th a Sign, 5th Sir Isaac Newton, and in a battle of the 300 to 1 shots, Magicool and Skyfire have almost dead heated. They're ready for the Cox Plate, set, they're racing. And Winx got away cleanly. Galo chopped towards the inside of her, was away the best. From Seaburge on the inside, and not far away is Hardham, and they were followed by Folkeswood with the white cappers booting up. Now Winx is 4 and 5 deep, just staying out of trouble at the moment. Royal Symphony behind her, followed by Happy Clapper, and 2 lengths away to Humidor. So they head towards the mile. 1,600 out. Galo chopped the pilot by a length and a half to in second Folkeswood, so no surprises. 2 for further back is Hardham, third the outside of Seaburge. A couple of lengths to Winx, followed by Humidor. Royal Symphony at the back, one off the fence, and Happy Clapper three deep around it. They head towards the top corner with 1,300 metres to go. Galo Chop in front by a length and a half to Folkeswood. 2 lengths Seaburge on the inside of Hardham. 2 lengths to Winx, the outside of Humidor at the 1,200. Then Happy Clapper and Royal Symphony on the rails is at the end. Heading towards halfway now. 1,000 metres to go in the Cox Plate, and it's Galo Chop in front by a length. Second is Folkeswood. 2 further back in the field. Hardham, the outside of Seaburge. Then came Winx. Next Humidor, Happy Clapper. Royal Symphony is last of all towards the side at the 800. Galo Chop in front, trying to dictate 3/4 of a length Folkeswood. Then came Hardham. Winx peels to the outside now. Then came Seaburge, Humidor, Happy Clapper and Royal Symphony. So with 600 to go, Galo Chop in front, but here comes Winx on the outside, sliding up now. We've waited 35 years for this, and Winx moves up to Galo Chop, followed further back by Folkeswood between them. 2 further back, Humidor and Royal Symphony. It's Galo Chop at the 350. Winx on the outside. Bowman hasn't moved yet. The valley's rocking and the world is knocking. Winx goes to the front. 200 to go. Humidor to the outside. It's Winx in front by a length. Humidor on the outside is trying hard. It's Winx in front. Humidor's coming at her. Winx is holding on. The Great Mare completes the great trilogy of the turn. Winx has won the Cox Plate by a half length. Second Humidor, a gap to a photo Folkeswood, Royal Symphony, Galo Chop also not far away off those, followed by Happy Clapper, and Seaburge was at the tail of the field.
100 to 1. We're all set for the Chipping Norton. Winx is $1.09. We're set. We're racing. Winx was the last out of the gates. About 3 off the lead. Stampede and Jemadar, the first 2 into stride, but Stampede has come out like a bull out of a gate and will lead clearly from Jemadar in classic uniform third. Prized Icon a handy fourth, followed by Vinland, who's pretty keen in the early stages around Who Shot the Barman, Libran. Winx is back second last, and Lasquetti Spirit is 5 lengths out the back. It's Stampede, an uncontested leader, out by a length and a half to Jemadar. Classic uniform third, then came Prized Icon, well positioned by Schofield. They're followed then by Libran on the inside of the Colt Vinland. Further back to Who Shot the Barman. The champ Winx is back second last, 8 lengths off the lead, and Lasquetti Spirit is starting to tack on now. At the 800 metres, Stampede looking to make all. 3/4 in front to Jemadar. Then Classic Uniform from Prized Icon. Vinland moves up into a 3-wide position, followed by Who Shot the Barman, then Libran. Winx is still back second last to the 600 metres, but starting to creep into the race now, and 3 further back to Lasquetti Spirit. On the point of the turn, it's Stampede in front. Classic Uniform comes off the fence. Prized Icon third, and Winx is starting to loop the field. 400 out, it's Stampede in front, but Winx, Hugh Bowman just sitting there like a department store mannequin, hasn't touched the mare, and off she goes. Prized Icon going home in a second, and Libran's making ground, but nudge, nudge, wink, wink, away she goes, the champ, and this is an Australian record of 16 Group 1s. Winx powers away to beat Prized Icon and makes it 3 Chipping Nortons. Classic Uniform third in front of Libran. Then came Who Shot the Barman, Stampede, Lasquetti Spirit, good break back to Vinland, and Jemadar was last to finish. Winx in a cakewalk, her third success in the Chipping Norton. There's only been one better in this race, and that's the great Tie the Knot. But who's to say she won't come back in a year for a 4th crack at the race? Ever so easy yet again. She had the benefit of the trial here a fortnight ago. Into the starting gates, and the light is on. We're ready now for the George Ryder. Gates open, they're off and racing, and Invincible Gem hopped out well. Winx has jumped midfield, and Invincible Gem's going to make the running from Happy Clapper second. Crack Me Up going to third on the inside of Kementari, Clearly Innocent, and Winx just settles back at the rear of the field on the outside of Clearly Innocent. So it's Invincible Gem, a clear-cut leader, and no early pressure with Happy Clapper a close second. 2 off to Crack Me Up, Kementari the outside. 2 further back to Winx on the outside of Clearly Innocent. So they've all found their positions going to the 1,000 metres, and Invincible Gem going well in the lead by 3/4 to Happy Clapper. Just getting a little bit closer now, the dual Group 1 winner, followed by Crack Me Up on the inside of the Lonroy Colt Kementari. A length further back to Winx, and Clearly Innocent is back last. They've gone past the 800 metres now. It's Invincible Gem, a length and a quarter in front to Happy Clapper. So Invincible Gem ups the speed at this point. 2.5 further back to Kementari. Winx gets going on the outside from Crack Me Up, and Clearly Innocent last. Invincible Gem is trying to slip away on the turn. 2.5 clear from Happy Clapper. Here's Winx moving up on the outside, and Kementari. The Colt's trying to go with the champ. Invincible Gem 3 lengths clear from Winx, getting into her work now. She went straight past Kementari. Happy Clapper's running the big race today, but Winx moves up now at the 150. Heads off a game, Happy Clapper. Kementari gets going late, but Winx is edging clear for a world record of 17 Group 1s, and Winx wins it by 3/4 to Happy Clapper. And a game, Kementari. Crack Me Up in 4th, and Invincible Gem and Clearly Innocent. And now the world awaits the decision. Will the Equine Queen go over to meet Her Majesty? Winx, what a race it was today. Winx edging clear from Happy Clapper, a dual Group 1 winner. He's run the race of his life today. And when Winx made that move, Kementari seemed to be brushed and couldn't go at the record today. And Winx moves in. They close the gate behind, and this is it. The Longines Queen Elizabeth Stakes, and they're off and racing. And a good line out. Galo's Shop in particular with Classic Uniform and Consensus showing speed. Winx is back last. In the early stages, Galo's Shop presses on with Classic Uniform, Consensus, and coming through right there on the fence. Odeon pushing forward a bit deep, followed by Ambitious. A couple further back to Success Days. Then Happy Clapper from Humidor. And Winx is back last. They go past the mile crossing. And Galo's Shop, as expected, makes the running from Odeon. Consensus leaders back third at the 1400, and Classic Uniform 4th. 2 further back to coming through. Then the Japanese import Ambitious. Further back to Humidor, sliding through on the rails on the inside of Success Days, the horse from Ireland. 2 further back to last Saturday's Doncaster winner, Happy Clapper. And the champ, Winx, is last of all, and about 8 lengths off the lead, which is Galo's Shop, a real 2,000 metre specialist. Galo's Shop leads at the 1,000 by a length on Odeon. Consensus tucked away third. Then Classic Uniform further back to coming through. Now starting a bit of a run here is Williams on Ambitious. He's making the move a fair way out, and he sends the stallion forward, Ambitious, around the outside of the field. Then coming through Success Days, Humidor shuffle back a bit. Happy Clapper and Winx, they're both back last as they go to the 600 metre mark. Galo's Shop leads narrowly from Classic Uniform the outside, and Ambitious striding up on the outside. They're followed just behind them then to Odeon from Success Days coming through. Consensus, Winx getting to the outside. Humidor the inside of her. Happy Clapper needs luck as they straighten up. Galo's Shop tries to kick. 3 lengths clear, but Winx is getting into her work, and they're broken clear from the rest. Galo's Shop in front, but Winx moves up on the outside. Winx takes the lead from Galo's Shop, and here's a second Queen Elizabeth. This is a silver jubilee moment on the throne for 25 consecutive wins to equal the record of the Great Black Caviar. Wins it easily. Galo's Shop held second. Happy Clapper third. Humidor got going late for 4th. Then came coming through. Good gap back to Consensus from Odeon. Classic Uniform. Ambitious couldn't sustain the run, and Success Days last. Winx rounding them up, going back to back in the Queen Elizabeth. 25 consecutive wins. And would you believe it was 5 years ago, nearly to the day at this carnival, when the great Black Caviar Kementari follows suit. Kementari goes forward. 1 run already this season, a close second behind Parada and the Missile. Now Invictus Prince goes forward. Here comes D'Argento, Libran, Winx and Ace High, the last couple to move in. So the wind really gusting up for the running of the Winx Stakes. 3 to move in, and the champ being led up to the barriers now. Winx goes in, Ace High goes forward, And Libran is the last to move in, so stand by for action. She's $1.24 today, Winx. The light is on, and we're all set. Stand by for a start. Here we go in the Winx Stakes, and they're off and racing. Well, she's only jumped out fairly. Winx is going to settle in the second half of the field, and Cabeza de Vaca jump well with Religify, and Oriental Runner is speeding forward, taking the lead. Then Classic Uniform, Invictus Prince, Kementari's one off the fence, D'Argento course 3 deep. Now Winx is in a trailing position. She's 2 behind Kementari early stages. Further back to Unforgotten, Ace High, and the stayer Libran is last. Oriental Runner, the long odds leader of the field, with Cabeza de Vaca a neck away in second. Then Religify and Classic Uniform. D'Argento goes to 5th on the outside of Invictus Prince. Then Kementari and Winx, they're racing together. Nothing between the pair, with Winx on the outside of Kementari taking closer order. Then Unforgotten, Ace High, and Libran is last. They're going quick up front. Oriental Runner and Cabeza de Vaca in the very windy conditions. From Religify, Classic Uniform, D'Argento, and here they come getting to the outside, Winx and Kementari, and Kementari's trying to stick with her, although she dropped him now. Cabeza de Vaca takes the lead, 200 metres to run, but here she comes. Winx right down the outside, powering away from them. Invictus Prince, D'Argento and Kementari, but how soft for Winx. There's 26 in a row for the champ. Wins the race named in her honour, beats Invictus Prince, D'Argento, Kementari, then Unforgotten, Cabeza de Vaca, Religify, Libran, Classic Uniform, Ace High, and Oriental Runner was only beaten a few lengths in last position. Wow. Winx, how easy that today. She was with a boom colt coming to the turn. She just blew him away. She said, I'm so much better than all of you. Yet again, 26 in a row. Today, Black Caviar's record has gone over to one of the greatest racehorses the world has ever seen. Invictus Prince has run a cracker in second. D'Argento third, I think, just in front of Kementari. Will stand by on the third number. Under very, very windy conditions, they've clocked the time of 1:22 and a half. 1:22.5. It's been a romp again. 9 is confirmed as third. Placings are 10, 5, 9 and 7 after the running of the Winx Stakes. Well, Paul Joyce is joining us now. Boy, coming to the turn, there was pretty little between them, hey Paul, and then she just pulled away from the boom colt. Join the others. Winx $1.10, looking to make it 3 in a row in this race. The lights on, we're all set, and they're off and racing. Winx has jumped out midfield, and Ace High is a bit of a surprise leader early. Religify quickly into stride going to second. Then came Le Remain from It Somewhat, Who Shot the Barman. He's a length and a half in front of Winx, who really relaxes back in the field, and Egg Tart will sit behind her. So Ace High jumped well, but Religify goes through on the inside, and Religify is going to head off Ace High with Le Remain riding for cover in third spot. A couple after the Sydney Cup winner, Who Shot the Barman, is nice and fresh up in fourth position, followed then by It Somewhat. Then came Winx, and Egg Tart is last of all, about 7 lengths first to last, and Religify leads by 3/4 to Ace High. high. Le Remain travelling strongly in third. Then Who Shot the Barman a length further back to It Somewhat. Egtart trying to improve now, and Winx is sitting back last. She's 7 lengths off the lead and quite happy to stay there for the time being. Oh, now she peels to the outside at the 600 metres and she's starting a run. It's Religify in front from Ace High under the pump. Le Remain goes to third from Who Shot the Barman. Winx is on the tail of Le Remain into the straight. Egtart trying to push her underneath, and It's Somewhat's last. It's Religify in front. Le Remain goes to him. Winx is 2 off. Then Ace High and Egtart. Le Remain making a bold beat for victory, but Winx is starting to cut him down. Winx moves up on the outside, takes the lead, kicks away. Here's 3 in a row. It's her birthday, and what a way to celebrate. Long live the Queen. Winx by 4 lengths to Le Remain. Egtart third, then Ace High, It's Somewhat, Religify and Who Shot the Barman. What a mare. Le Remain moved up with so much purpose, but she has just arrogantly stormed away from him, put 4 lengths on the opposition. I think Le Remain just held second in front of Egtart. Well, that's 20 Group 1s, 11 here at Randwick. What a mare she's been. We had a great horse called Superimpose.
Set at the 2,000 metres. Signal, and they're racing. And Winx jumped away with them and cleanly. Trap for Fools out well with John Snow on the inside. Divine Unicorn is a little bit fired up in the early stages, so Divine Unicorn is going to push Trap for Fools and John Snow the inner. A couple of lengths away then to Young Star as they settle. The inside is King's Will Dream from Mighty Boss Ventura Storm. Next in the field towards the end is on the inside of those horses now Winx, and they were followed by around the outside Grunt, and at the end is Tally. So they settle now with about 1,500 metres to go. Trap for Fools by a length 2 in second place. Divine Unicorn 2 lengths to John Snow, and they were followed by Young Star, King's Will Dream, a length and a quarter Mighty Boss Ventura Storm, and they were followed by Grunt. Second last is Winx on the inside of Tally at the end. So they reach the 1,200 metres, and it's Trap for Fools, the bolter, leading by a length and a quarter Divine Unicorn, and 3 further back is John Snow, and the speed isn't that fast. They were followed by Young Star on the outside of King's Will Dream, followed by Mighty Boss Ventura Storm. Third last is Grunt, and they were followed by Winx on the rails, and at the end is Tally, heading towards the 800 marker. And the front runner is Trap for Fools for young Ben Allen. Comes up towards the turn, extends that lead to 2 1/4. Divine Unicorn at the 650. Then John Snow. Further back is Young Star, ridden along, passed by King's Will Dream. Winx is about 8 off the lead around the turn. Ventura Storm midfield from Mighty Boss, followed by Grunt, and they were followed by Tally, and Winx sticking towards the inside but trying to pick up some ground. Trap for Fools has them running at the 300 metres. John Snow back to the inside. King's Will Dream. There's a gap for Winx. She's going to have to explode. Trap for Fools at the 200. King's Will Dream back to the inside. Winx down the middle. King's Will Dream at the 100. It's getting desperate. Now Winx is storming home. Winx over the top. Oh, she's too good. They can't beat her. Winx has won it by a length. Second Young Star, Photo third, King's Will Dream or Ventura Storm, then Trap for Fools, again Divine Unicorn, John Snow, Mighty Boss, Tally, and at the end, Grunt at the end of the field. How's your blood pressure after that? Winx standing okay. D'Argento a little bit edging. They're ready, racing. And Winx from barrier number 6 began beautifully. D'Argento towards the inside began well. King's Will Dreams out the back after a few strides. So they complete 100 metres. D'Argento on the inside of Ben Battle. They're not going fast. Rostropovich out 3 deep. Winx is settling a bit closer. Savvy Cope behind those horses. Further back Avilius the inside. A gap to Humidor. And King's Will Dream is last of all. Out of the straight, 1,600 metres to run. D'Argento in front by 3/4 of a length. Ben Battle. Rostropovich is 3 wide early. Savvy Cope behind those horses 4th, and they were followed by Winx, who's got a lovely position at the moment. 5th one off the fence, 2 lengths of Ilias. Humidor. King's Will Dream's going to be pulled up. Kingsville Dream is out of the race as they head to the back section now. 1,250 metres to go, so already some early drama. D'Argento joined by the international raider Rostropovich. A length and a half to Ben Battle third as they reach the 1,000 metres, and the speed's got a lot better. Savvy Cope is fourth on the inside, two for the back is Winx. They were followed by Avilius, and Humidor is last of all. Heading towards the top corner at the 850. It's D'Argento and Rostropovich together. A length and a quarter Ben Battle. Savvy Cope the inside as they reach the 750. Further back is Winx in plenty of air. A length and a half to Humidor, and Avilius the inside is last of all. 600 metres to go in the Cox Plate. Rostropovich just in front of D'Argento, Ben Battle. Now Bowman gets moving on Winx. She's only a length and a half to 2 lengths off the lead, followed by Savvy Cope. Rostropovich just in front of D'Argento, but here she comes, and the valley roars. Winx on the outside moves up, takes the lead from Ben Battle, then Rostropovich and D'Argento into the straight at the 200 metres. It's Winx in front by a length. Ben Battle's going with her. Winx 3/4 Ben Battle. Winx is staving off Ben Battle. Cometh the hour, cometh the legend. Greatness, Winx has done it. It's Equine Utopia. 2 lengths to Ben Battle, Humidor, then a gap to Avilius. Behind those horses then Rostropovich, D'Argento, Savvy Cope, and Kingsville Dream has been pulled up in the back straight. It's history at the Valley.
And we're all locked and loaded now. The light is on for day one of the farewell tour of Winx, and we're ready in the Apollo.
Clear.
Set now. Racing. Well, she was the last out of the gates, but boy, you could throw a handkerchief over them out of the barriers. Who's going to lead here? Tom Melbourne's pushing forward. Patrick Arena. Happy Clapper's very handy. Egg Tart out deep. Winx going between them. Then came Aloysia the rails. Brigham Rocks and Unforgotten is the last one. Tom Melbourne's obliged to go forward and take the lead. He draws a length in front now of Happy Clapper, who'll get some cover. Egg Tart goes to third, then Patrick Aaron fourth, the rails. Winx has one off the fence, so she can start a trouble from there. On the outside of Aloysia, then Unforgotten, and Brigham Rocks is the last one. 750 out. Tom Melbourne, the front runner. The 8-year-old Happy Clapper. He's inching closer, going to the 600 metres. He wants to try and pinch a bit of a march on the chap. Happy Clapper really turns it on to Tom Melbourne. Then Egg Tart, Patrick Aaron, and Winx is 4 lengths away as they come around the turn. Tom Melbourne, the inside of Happy Clapper. Stride for stride. Egg Tart third. Winx is starting to chime into it. Bowman still sits pretty at the furlong. Happy Clapper. Clipperton goes for home, but here she comes now, Winx. She just sidles up on the outside, takes the lead and draws away again. Age shall not weary the champ. Once again, she's haughty and imperious. Winx makes it a third Apollo Stakes, 2 lengths to Happy Clapper. Photo third, Egg Tart, Patrick Aaron. Then came Unforgotten. Tom Melbourne weakened out from Aloysia, and Brigham Rocks was the last to finish. Back as good as ever. 30 in a row. Happy Clapper. He thought just for a moment he might have had a hope, but Winx just crushed him. Winx, hands and heels, barely pushed out by Bowman, and has run pretty decent time in the process. Ready now for the tipping Norton. Set, and they're racing, and Happy Clapper jumped out well. She's jumped okay, Winx, but Happy Clapper's going to lead. From Unforgotten, Egg Tart goes forward, and Winx will settle in fourth and stay off the fence. A length further back to Patrick Aaron, then came Libran, and Brigham Rocks is the last one. Oh, this has never happened in his career, but he didn't have much choice. Happy Clapper, he's never led in his life, but at the 1,200 metres, he's 2 lengths clear from Egg Tart. 2 further back to Unforgotten. 3/4 the outside to Winx, seeing plenty of daylight. 2 further back to Patrick Aaron, then Libran, and Brigham Rocks is last of all. So Happy Clapper establishing a sizable lead coming down the side of the course. He's been trying to beat the great mare for the last 3 years. He's never led. What will happen from here? Happy Clapper extends 4 lengths in front now of Egg Tart. Two further back to Winx, taking closer order. Unforgotten lost a spot as Happy Clapper goes further in front. Good gap back to Patrick, Aaron Libran and Brigham Rocks. This has got the crowd on the edge of their seats. Happy Clapper's 5 in front to Egg Tart. Now Bowman just starting to feel for Winx coming around the turn. He doesn't want to get too far away. Happy Clapper comes up the rise, 4 lengths clear. But Winx, she's really starting to hit top gear now. 2 lengths away. Happy Clapper under the whip. 2 in front. Bowman says, "Come on, girl." Winx moves up on the outside of Happy Clapper. It's a race today, but no longer. She starts to draw clear for a world record of 23 Group 1s. Winx by 2 lengths to Happy Clapper. He made it exciting. Unforgotten third. Then Egg Tart, Libran, Patrick Aaron, Brigham Rocks. 31 in a row, equaling the record of the great Tie the Knot, who won 4 editions of this. Who would have thought 17 years ago that Tie the Knot's record would have ever been in jeopardy? Well, the great mare has equalled it today. Once again, she was cosy over the last 100 metres, but the tactics there of Blake Shin on Happy Clapper just had us wondering just a little bit. Last time we'll see Winx race here on a home track at Rose Hill. Red light. Racing down the George Ryder and Dreamforce, and Prompt Response got the best of the start. Sosie Bonaway well, followed by Brutal, Telly Play, Lander Plenty. Winx is staying out pretty wide, and Ring-a-Ding-Ding is the last one. Dreamforce presses on after the first couple of 100 metres. It's looking to get to a clear lead at the 1200 metres, but it's cast a little bit deep around Sosie Bon, and Brutal's booting through. So Dreamforce leads by 3/4 to Brutal. Sosie Bon in a forward roll third, then Prompt Response from Telly Play. Lander Plenty, Winx up on the outside, and Ring-a-Ding-Ding's last of all. Dreamforce got to the front now clearly. Brutal came off the fence to sit outside it. Then came Sosie Bon. Prompt Response getting closer. Further back to Telly Play. Winx is covering a bit of ground, avoiding the kickback. Then Lander Plenty, and Ring-a-Ding-Ding is the last one. 5 lengths from first to last. Dreamforce the leader from Brutal, Sosie Bon, and Winx is starting to take closer order in a 4-wide position. Then Prompt Response from Telly Play. Ring-a-Ding-Ding getting onto the back of Winx, and Lander Plenty's been shuffled back to last. They come around the turn in the George Ryder. It's Dreamforce, Brutal. Winx is staying out in the middle of the track, and Bowman hasn't moved a muscle. Clear from Prompt Response and Sosie Bon. Now he shakes the rein of Winx and takes the lead from Brutal and Dreamforce, and now she starts to go into overdrive. She's won 4 Cox Plates, 4 Chipping Nortons, and now 4 George Ryders. Here's the world champion Winx, simply invincible, wins it by 3 lengths to Brutal. Dreamforce third, Prompt Response fourth, and Sosie Bon, Lander Plenty, Ring-a-Ding-Ding and Telly Play. What a list of achievements. To win 4 Cox Plates, then 4 Chipping Nortons, and an effortless performance, as expected, here in the George Ryder, at an all-time bottom-out betting price of $1.05 today. She makes it 32 in a row, 24 Group 1. And Winx completes the lineup. The red light is on, and the crowd are ready to send her off, and the gates open. They're off in the Queen Elizabeth. Massive roar to the crowd. She's going to settle in last, Winx. And Hartnell was first out. Mascot Times mustering, so's Harlem. Happy Clapper handy. He's Eminence back last. Kluger runs handy fifth, and Winx is moving forward. Bowman wants a better spot. Gets in front of Shillelagh. He's Eminence back second last. Many thought he would lead. Dances last. Mascot Time goes to the mile. Has the lead all on his own here from Harlem, and Hartnell's got the box seat third. 2 off then to the 8-year-old Happy Clapper. 2 further back to Kluger. And there's Winx, 1 off the fence now. Has He's Eminent in a pocket back on the fence. Then came Shillelagh, and Dance, 10 off the leaders last. It's the big roughie. Mascot Time in front of the 1200. Out by 2 lengths on Harlem. Hartnell with a great run third. 2 off to Happy Clapper. Then came Kluger. 3/4 the outside inside. Winx very relaxed in the run. Bowman sitting very quiet. He's Eminent back. McDonald just easing back a little bit. It looks as though he's trying to find a way out off the fence. Then came Shillelagh and Dance last. No surprises yet. They've got 900 to run. Basket time a length clear from Harlem. Then Hartnell, Happy Clapper. Now he starts the run on Winx. He's starting to move forward, just shading Kluger. Then he's Eminent, still positioned back on the inside of Shillelagh and Dance coming to the turn. The roughing Mask of Time, 2 lengths clear. Hartnell goes to second, giving chase. Now Happy Clapper and Winx is rounding them up, coming right around the field. Kluger takes an inside run. She's gone for home already, Winx. She beats off Hartnell. Kluger going up the inside. Happy Clapper can't go on. Winx is 2 lengths clear. Kluger sticks on. Then came Hartnell, but she's well clear, Winx, inside the final 100 metres. Today we farewell an Australian icon, the greatest of all time. Winx wins a third. Queen Elizabeth beats Kluger. Hartnell third. Happy Clapper fourth. Then Shillelagh, Mask of Time. Further back to He's Eminent, not a factor in the race. From Dance, and Harlem finished tailed off. Winx, 33 in a row. 100 Group 1 wins for trainer Chris Waller. And she's done it in emphatic style, as always. They tried to gate crash her farewell party today. She wasn't having it. She has stormed away.